March 10th, Monday, March 10th. Today is a shot day for Tirzepatide. I weighed myself this morning and I weighed in at 236.6. 5 days ago, it was 236.4, so slightly up. Health-wise, aside from palpitations here and there, I've been feeling pretty decent. Sleep, I think, has been okay. My neck pain has lifted, so I no longer have that. I did go to the chiropractor that one time. I definitely think that helped. As far as exercising, I have not been exercising. Haven't practiced dancing with my husband or anything like that. Today, I just took the dogs for a walk. So I took our older dog out first and threw the ball for him for a little bit, brought him back home. We have a green space in our neighborhood. And then I took my younger dog out, and he's not young. He's like, I don't know, 6, maybe 7. I don't know. I can't remember how old he is. Maybe he's between 5 and 7. He's around there somewhere. He used to be great with dogs, and now he is very dog sharp. He's very dog aggressive. So I want to start taking him on more walks around our neighborhood. Especially there's this dog on the corner of one of the houses, and they have a wrought iron fence, and then they have a Rottweiler, and it's a good looking dog, and he doesn't bark, and he's not like aggressively going for the fence line or anything like that. So my thought is, and what I did today was I did a little bit of like come work with the dog. Like, he doesn't really heel, but we did some fetch work, and then I just let him snoot around, and then I had him on a longer lead, so then I'd bring him to me. And then when I was walking closer to this house, I knew the minute that my dog saw that dog, because he just went batshit crazy. He was just like tore off to the end of his lead, and of course I'm holding his lead, so he got yoinked back, and then he was just like fighting against it. And so I'm like just calmly walking backward and got him to come to me. So we practiced. I'm fine if he just wants to look at the dog, and that's kind of what I was rewarding. So he would look at the dog, and then the minute he would look back at me, I would give him treats. I'm trying to get to the point where when there's another dog, we don't have to take him in a different direction. If he can just look at the dog and not flip out, like maybe not be cool with it, but not flip out, I'm okay with that. So I'm trying to reward like calm behaviors around other dogs. So I'm really glad that that dog is on the corner, and I really hope its owners don't mind that I'm doing this, kind of using their dog for training with my dog. But like I said, that dog doesn't bark. He's not like outwardly aggressive. His hackles aren't raised. He's got a little bit of tense body posturing, but all in all, I think I'm just going to keep using their dog as a practice for my dogs. And if we can get closer and closer, like I don't need them to like sniff between the fence, because that can cause some agitation for dogs that can't actually get to each other, and that can cause issues. But if he can just be chill, like being somewhat close in proximity to another dog that's not our other dog, I will be okay with that. So that's a little bit of exercise for me then, walking them around and physically restraining a 55-pound dog. Yeah, so that's probably going to be my exercise for the next who knows how long. And then again, I always get like these really great ideas, like, oh, I'm going to do this, and then I do it for a day or two, and then I stop. So, but I'm counting that as my exercise. And then later today, we're going to go to Cabela's to walk around and look at some fishing stuff. So that'll be fun. I guess that'll be a little bit of exercise too. Shopping. I think that counts. My Fitbit definitely counts it. Usually my highest rated walking days are days that we go to Costco. So, yeah. I've been watching some movies lately. Lately, I have watched You Are So Not Invited to My Bat Mitzvah. Was one of the ones I watched recently. It's an Adam Sandler production. He's in it. He plays the dad. His real life daughters are both in it. His youngest, I think it's his youngest. Maybe he's got more than 2 kids, but the youngest one is around bat mitzvah age, so that's 13-ish, I believe. And it's kind of like a growing up, not really a coming of age, but kind of type of a film. It's cute. I laughed multiple times. It deals with, puberty type issues and fighting with friends and things of that nature. But it's cute. I would recommend to watch it. It's not necessarily one that I'll watch over and over again, but it was pretty good. Then I watched one called Werewolves, It has Frank Grillo in it. I don't know if you guys are big Frank Grillo fans. He's in a lot of stuff that are, I don't want to say low budget, because he was in the Captain America movies. He ended up playing kind of a bad guy in that, like a Hydra person. But so the premise of werewolves is that last year there was a supermoon, and anyone who got touched by moonlight, for whatever reason, it converted their DNA and they became werewolves and they killed a bunch of people. And then after the sun came up, whoever was left converted back to people. So they've been working for a year on trying to find a cure. That's kind of the setup. Now, Frank Grillo's character, because he's a buff dude, like he's fit. He plays, at first they're like, he's a doctor. And I'm like, And then they're like, he's a microbiologist. Was it microbiologist? I think it was a microbiologist. And I'm like, all right, for one, I do not see him as a doctor, let alone a microbiologist. And maybe that's me pigeonholing him based on his looks. But I thought that was kind of a strange fit for him. And it was definitely like a B grade, C to B grade movie. Like, it's not an award winner. The werewolves don't even look like typical werewolves. The makeup used for them is kind of cheesy. Like, there are so many plot holes. So if you're going to watch it, be prepared to yell at your TV a lot, because that's what we did. And then we watched a movie called Heart Eyes, and it's got Jordana Brewster and Devon Sawa and some other people that are in it. The premise of that one is there's a killer on the loose who targets couples on Valentine's Day. So I thought it was kind of funny. And my husband, he chuckled a few times. He's like, why are you watching horror movies all of a sudden? I hate horror movies. And I was like, really? Because I didn't think you really hated them. I have always not really liked horror movies, but I've been kind of getting into the comedy horror side of things. Like Cabin in the Woods was fairly funny for a horror film. Dave Made a Maze. That one is pretty funny. And Heart Eyes. So there's a scene in the very beginning that's fairly gruesome. A girl's head gets squished and, you see that part. So most of the other gruesome parts is just blood. And that doesn't really bother me. But that one is kind of funny. So there's a killer who's killing couples on Valentine's Day. There's this guy and this girl who are coworkers, and the Heart Eyes killer sees them and decides that they're a couple. So he's, going after, he or she, whatever, are going after this couple, and they're like, we're not even a couple. And they're trying to like convince this Heart Eyes killer that they're just coworkers. So that I would recommend that one. If you like horror films or kind of the comedy horror, it's kind of funny. So I would say that's probably something that you would enjoy. My niece was talking about the Final Destination franchise, and it's been forever and a day since I've watched that. And I remember Devon Sawa was in it, and Devon Sawa was in this Heart Eyes movie, and I was trying to figure out who he was. By the end of the film, I'm like, where was he? And then I figured out he plays a cop in here, and I never would have been like, oh, that's Devon Sawa. Even though he was like, a teen heartthrob back in the day. He was in a lot of things as a child actor and then as a teen actor, maybe early 20s actor, but I haven't seen him in a lot since then. But I was like, oh, okay, it was that guy. Yeah, I guess I could see that. But I probably would not have been able to pick him out of a lineup like, which one of these is Devon Sawa? Or just, do any of these people look like a known actor? We're going to go see Mickey 17 tomorrow. That one with Robert Pattinson, where he's like a clone, or they cloned his DNA or something, and they send him into situations where he's expendable. I don't know too much about it because I saw a little bit of a preview, but I didn't want to like have it all, give it all away. So we're going to go see that. Still raring to go to see Death of a Unicorn. Haven't bought tickets for that yet. I don't know if pre-sale tickets are out yet, so I'll wait on that. As far as skincare goes, I have been dropping the ball on that. I have not been washing my face at night because I almost rarely wear makeup. Like, it's very rare that I wear any kind of makeup. So I just haven't been really too concerned about washing my face. And I can tell, so I used a very, very mild face peel, and that one did nothing. I used prior to that a TCA peel. It's called the BN peel, BIEN peel, and that's supposed to be like the no peel peel. So when you put it on, because when you do TCA peels, typically your skin just comes, like your layers of skin just flake off and you look all crazy for a while. This one, your skin flakes off a little bit, but it's super manageable. It's like, oh, that person had maybe a minimal sunburn and this is maybe just the, anyway, that one is painful. Like usually when I do that one, even though they say, oh, that's not too bad, or maybe, use lidocaine first. Maybe I should try that next time. Anyway, so you put it on and it stings like a mother when you're like waiting for it. And then you're supposed to wait like 5 or 6 minutes or something. And then you're supposed to take it off. I did that a couple days ago. And that was, I feel, definitely more effective than the Ordinary's BHA peel that they have. That one looks like you're putting blood all over your face. And I just don't really feel like that's super effective. Point being, I haven't done any mesotherapy lately. I haven't done the microneedling lately. I've barely been doing the peels. So I should probably get back into that. I saw this before and after for this lady who's like, all I've been doing is, face peels, and I don't know if she was using tretinoin or what the other thing she was doing, maybe just microneedling. So face peels and like microneedling, but her skin looked fantastic. There was like a 10-year age span between where she was and where she is now. And she looks so much younger now than she did in her younger photos. So I'm not super vain. I'm a little bit vain, but I'm not super vain. Like we've talked before, I would like to, get rid of this kind of stuff but like, I've got some, not like deep lines. These ones I'm never going to get rid of those, but I would like a more smooth appearance all over. But I haven't even really been on my Discord channels lately. There's been, I guess, some drama that's been going on with somebody's husband. And, I spent so much money for a couple months there. So I've been kind of building my savings back up, like my personal savings. And I haven't used the stuff that I have right now. So I kind of don't want to look at the sales that are going on because one, prices are probably going to be more. Customs are being hit harder than they have been. And I still have so much stuff left over. So I probably won't buy things for a while. I'll just have to use the stuff that I have because I have a lot of stuff. My husband is no longer doing the Tirzepatide. He stopped doing that. Like he finished out his last cartridge and I guess he's good for now. He's still doing the melanotin, and he definitely has freckles that are darker that we've noticed, but I don't feel like it's giving him more. So like the ones that he already had is kind of, but he's definitely getting and staying tanner than I am. So I kind of think maybe I'll start doing it again. Like I do worry, a little bit about the different marks that I have, but I take bupropion, which is the generic of Wellbutrin, and that makes you photosensitive. So I can be out in the sun for or even in the shade. I can be in the shade. I got burned so bad a couple summers ago. Just being in the shade, like I was facing the water, but it did not occur to me. So that one I got burned real bad. Just being in the shade all day because of the water, the reflection off the water. And then another time I had sunscreen on and I still got burned pretty good. So maybe I start the melanotin 2 again and kind of try to get a base tan. I've been sitting outside between 10 to 15 minutes when it's nice out, just to get the vitamin D, if nothing else, just giving myself more sun. I feel good when I sit out in the sun. So I might start doing the melanotin. Haven't cracked open any of my other peptides yet, like the KPV or VIPs or anything like that, the NAD+. I have not done that at all. So basically at this stage, I'm just taking the Tirzepatide every 5 days, 10 milligrams, and then the 1 milligram Cagrilintide on Sundays. And I don't know that I'll up my Tirzepatide anytime soon or the Cagrilintide, quite honestly. I feel like it gives me a pretty good base of kind of mitigating hunger. Like I still can get hungry, but like the other day, was it yesterday? I didn't eat until like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I think it was, because I was out doing stuff with my sister earlier in the day, and then I went and got some Chinese food. So a lot of times, like I'll eat, but I'm not hungry. So the Tirzepatide and the Cagrilintide at those doses, at my 10 milligrams and my 1 milligram, I definitely feel if I'm paying attention and I'm really being authentic with how I feel, they definitely take care of the hunger for now. And if I can stay around the 236 for a while and then maybe go down a couple pounds, that's kind of what I was doing around the 240. You know, I was 240 for months and then I've been kind of going down and I'm 236, 237 for a while. So if I can, I don't know, stay there for a little bit and then maybe go down, I don't know. If I exercised, I would probably lose more quickly. We'll see how that goes. We all know how much I just love to exercise. I'm just an exercise fiend, right? So other than that, everything's all good. Hopefully everything's going well with you guys. I will see you in 5 days. Bye.